Welcome to The Terrible Take, a daily segment telling Steelers Nation what's on our mind.
Hi, I'm Melanie Friedlander, and welcome to My Terrible Take, coming at you every Sunday courtesy of Steelers Depot. As Steelers fans, we love to worry. We worry about injuries, we worry about turf conditions, we worry about practice squad players getting poached by other teams. Well, you get the idea. I am certainly guilty of that as well. In fact, I probably have a varsity letter in worrying as a Steelers fan. So when training camp opened and every man on the Steelers roster passed his conditioning test, I was pleased. But when reporters updated us that certain players were on the sideline, not participating and limited to individual drills, I worried. Well, I worried about some of them, not all of them. Am I still worried? Not as much. But why were some starters held back for over a week? Let's look at two for comparison. I'll start with TJ Watt, who by all accounts looks to be in peak fitness and not injured at all. Many of us guessed that he was holding in, basically showing up to practice as required and doing individual drills, but avoiding any team drills, and thereby minimizing his risk of injury until his fat new contract is signed. If TJ got injured before the ink is dry, it could cost him not only playing time, but a ton of cash. And while head coach Mike Tomlin and GM Kevin Colbert have been vague in their comments, defensive coordinator Keith Butler finally confirmed it yesterday. So we know he's not going to practice with the team until he gets his contract signed. So TJ Watt will rejoin his teammates when he gets paid. And that is actually nothing to worry about. He's a veteran player who knows the defense, and he'll be joining other veterans that he has played with for years in the front seven. No question that TJ will be ready to rock up in Buffalo in week 1. Next up is Zach Banner. He finally took his place with the first-team O-line yesterday for team drills. Despite Tomlin claiming that the starting right tackle had not had any setbacks in his recovery from ACL repair, it was confusing to me that he wasn't practicing in full sooner. His injury occurred earlier in the season last year than inside linebacker Devin Bush, yet Bush was participating in practice long before Banner, which is not what I had expected. Months ago, I guessed that neither would start the season on the PUP list, but I was certain Banner would be joining the O-line right out of the gate. I mean, we all know that the offensive line has had a ton of change with the departures of Pouncey, Villanueva, and DeCastro, so the new guys really need to work together, and that hasn't been happening. So why the delay for Banner? We haven't gotten a clear answer from the team other than that they were easing him in. I've been puzzling over this and what made the difference for Bush versus Banner, and the only obvious difference I can see is size. Banner, although extremely fit, is a large man, which means that knee supports a lot of weight. Could his body mass index impact his recovery? I took a look at the medical literature, and that may in fact be the case. A review of the American College of Surgeons database shows that patients undergoing ACL repair with a high BMI often get additional procedures done at the time of surgery, i.e. other cleanup or repair in that same knee, and that could certainly mean a longer recovery time. Another review of the Swedish and Norwegian registries looked at over 30,000 patients undergoing ACL repair and found that young age and higher weight were risk factors for requiring ACL revision within 2 years. Another reason to be cautious. I also saw a study of pediatric patients undergoing ACL repair that concluded that concomitant injuries in the knee and graft type were not associated with the length of time to recovery of muscle strength, but obesity and being overweight was associated with a delay in the recovery of hamstring strength. So maybe the Steelers, the doctors, and the trainers took Banner's size into account when determining when he was cleared to return to full participation. Whatever the cause, Banner is back, so I am done worrying. At least for now. Thanks for listening to My Terrible Take. Please follow me on Twitter @GirlSurgeon.
Be sure to follow us at SteelersDepot.com and check out episodes of The Terrible Take every day at 5 p.m. Eastern Time. And check out The Terrible Podcast with myself and Alex Skazora every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday.